Here's how we made $20,000 in just 6 days with only 10,000 Instagram followers. So here's D. He's a coach that teaches brand owners how to make more money with their brands, specifically with marketing. He also helps with everything else in terms of manufacturing, making websites, A through Z with the brand. But what he's known for is helping brand owners make more money with their brands through organic content. So when we first started with him, he was between 9.5 and 10,000 Instagram followers. And this is actually a secondary account. You can see it says 11.7K. It's a little bit after we were working with him. We don't have a screenshot from back then, but this is a secondary account. He has another account called Mind of D. Now it's called D Workin. And just for some more context, this account got taken down just 3-4 days ago. We're working on getting it back right now. But he does have other social media platforms. He has around 2 to 3 Instagrams. He has around 2 to 3 TikToks. He has a YouTube channel. But this account specifically generated 90% of the traffic. So as you can see, the revenue was total $22,000. Here's all the Stripe payments. Here's the total cash collected initially. So this is the cash collected we made in the first 6 days. But we wanted to finish getting all the payments from everybody so we could actually tell you that we did make $22,000. So here's D before partnering, right? D was selling cheap products like $100 lifetime one-on-one mentorship, $75. D's teaching program, one-on-one strategy got $50, 50 ways to market, $10, manufacturer list, $10, sample script, $1, and e-commerce shipping bundle. So he's basically selling a one-on-one mentorship for less than $100, which is not priced correctly at all. It's way too cheap. It's exhausting as well for him to hop on calls with people and then pay him $100, and this is not really scalable. He doesn't have an irresistible offer. He just had a few products that solved minuscule problems. He was stuck under 5K a month, and he was at 4K a month. He had zero upsells, zero downsells, and he was creating a lot of content, but he was just failing to nurture and convert them properly. People love D. He had a cult-like following. People actually liked him a lot. It's just he didn't know what exactly to make in terms of content. Who was his ICP? He was kind of just guessing, oh, I want to help brand owners in this way, so I'm gonna make this piece of content. Basically posting random content with no structure or monetization method other than this website right here, which he would post stories 3 to 4 times a week to CTA to guys to buy $75 to $100 products. He was selling through the DMs as well. He had no team involved, which I'll get into next. He had no system, no operations, no team. He had no setter, no closer, no dialer, no sales process, no nurture process, no follow-up recovery systems, no funnel structure, and all this equals leaky bucket, which means people are DMing D, people are watching his content, but they are not getting interacted with. The likers are not getting interacted with. The commenters are not getting interacted with. He's not following up with people in the DMs. So there's zero process in terms of recovery, right? It's a leaky bucket. It's just things leaking out of the bucket completely. This basically resulted in him having no time freedom. D wore multiple hats in the business. He had no team. He was responsible for every single part in the business. Operations, systems, sales, management, fulfillment, marketing. He wore multiple hats, and this ate up his time, and he wasn't making enough money. He was responsible for everything. He was completely time constrained between making content, between getting sales, between marketing, putting stories up. He's very constricted when it came to time. D's goal was to make $10,000 a month consistently on autopilot. That's the goal when he spoke to us. I know I said ICP here earlier, which means ideal client profile. That's a description of the characteristics of a customer that a business wants to target. So basically the perfect person that would want to buy your irresistible offer. So let's just say it's this manufacturer list. It's all people that are starting clothing brands that want to just have the right manufacturer, the ICP, people that are just starting off that are wanting to buy new samples. So what we realized after speaking with D is we needed to gain goodwill back with his audience. We need to build reciprocity, which I'll get more into later. But reciprocity is basically when you do something for someone, they feel ever so inclined to do it right back for you. If you give something to someone for free and it's very valuable, they're like, wow, I can't believe D gave me that for free. I just feel like I need to do something back for him, right? It's just in the back of their head that they need to go and do something for him. Two, we need to create a new irresistible high ticket offer. No more $75 products, no more $100 products. We want to charge something high ticket and something that's irresistible to his audience. We want to generate traffic to that same offer. We want to nurture traffic to that offer, and we also want to convert everyone that comes to that offer. These are the 5 things we need to do with D after realizing what was going on with him. So here's the first phase. It's called the pre-launch phase. And again, this is where we build that reciprocity like I was saying earlier. D would post those products that I showed you earlier on his story about 3 to 4 times a week, which is taking all of the goodwill out of his audience. Anything he would post is asking for money. Before even crafting this new offer, we need to regain the goodwill in his audience with lead magnets. People love lead magnets, basically free value you give to your customers. We hypothesized the ICP, the ideal client profile. They were people who wanted to start a clothing brand, so we gave away free value, aka the lead magnet, in exchange for their contacting name, email, phone number. So now we can involve them in terms of whenever we make a push out and promoting, or if you want to email, text them, whatever. So he pushes out for one whole week, a whole 7 days. We're just giving free value out to his audience every single day. So you may ask, what is a lead magnet? I'm sure you know, but I'm going to explain for people that don't. A free product or service that is offered to a customer in exchange for their contact information. Once we get their contact info, we have a list of prospects with higher buying intent. People who come for a free lead magnet, let's just say, for example, we're giving out a free marketing guide for clothing brand owners. Who are the people that are going to come get this lead magnet? Clothing brand owners that need marketing help, right? So these are the exact people that we want to sell to. So why not collect their contact information, why not get them free value that could possibly get them results just by giving them something for free? This way, we build that reciprocity, we build the proof that D knows what he's talking about, and these people are likely to come back and actually want to buy and work with him. So what did we do to make this happen? We created a squeeze page. Basically, a squeeze page is down here. I'll show you. Literally just collects name, email, phone number in exchange for the lead magnet. And this is to rebuild his trust with his audience. So as you can see, he posted a story just like this. Just dropped a free SMS marketing guide for y'all. Excuse the blur. It says watch now. Said watch now came straight to this page. The exact SMS marketing blueprint I used to scale from 0 to 6 figures with my clothing brand. So this is completely free. So what are they going to do? Obviously put their name, email, phone number. So we promoted this for 7 days on Instagram and TikTok bios, Instagram and TikTok comments, and all the videos. We've CTAing on all those, posting Instagram stories, changed all the video descriptions on YouTube and his channel bio. So this is 5 locations we changed just with the link placement, especially in the DMs as well. We're going to change the link that we are pushing out in the DMs. So you're going to see this reoccurring in terms of what we do in this process with D. We're going to keep changing the links. So you're going to just remember these 5 locations again. The point of this phase is to build an email list and recoup goodwill in his audience to prep for the new launch for the new irresistible offer. So if we want to charge high ticket, we need to build goodwill with his audience. Now, phase 2, building that traffic. We had to dial in his ICP. So we took over 20 one-on-one calls with his audience to create an irresistible offer for them. Just to do that, we had to do market research. We needed to fully understand what the ICP wants and needs and what their struggles are that they're facing right now in order to create the most valuable product as soon as possible for them, which is the irresistible offer. We're also trying to find the gap between the ICP's current and desired situation. I'm sure being in this online space, you always hear about current and desired situations, but these are very important to know when it comes to crafting your offer. What's the current situation? Is this person working at Home Depot? Did they start their clothing brand yet? What have they done so far? What step are they on? What step did they get stuck on? What are the reasons they want to start their brand? All this is the relevant data in terms of all of our messaging through content and the VSL and the emails, all the copywriting involved, which I'll get more into later, and the desired situation. Okay, I want to make 10K a month as a brand owner in the next 90 days so that I could quit my job and I can make this my full-time lifestyle. I can give more money to my family so that they don't have to go through poverty. Whatever the desired outcome is, we're trying to find out through market research. After all these calls, we have an idea of who the ICP is. Everything will be dialed in because we're taking literally calls with people in his audience to figure out what the offer should be and what content he needs to create to drive people to the offer. And the goal here is to gather information on our ICP and market so we could create an irresistible offer. After dialing in the ICP, we know exactly what content to create for our irresistible offer. Here's a link to a market research doc. You can screenshot this. I'll put it in the description in case you want to look at it. But if I click this here, it'll show you literally exactly what we did for market research. Number 1, step 1, we want to get calls. So how are we going to do that? We make an Instagram stories. I've been cooking up an inner circle for 5 months. It's getting closer to launch date. I want to make sure you guys are successful. So if you want to get early access to this, when I open limited spots, book a 5 to 10 free call with my team, right? And D basically framed this as like, bro, it's free help. Why would you not take it? So the only people that are going to book these calls are the highest intent buyers in his audience, people who love D, mostly his cult-like followers. So this is the exact people we want to talk to figure out who the ICP is. Next, set up a calendar. I mean, ideally you do this before you even post a story. You set up a Calendly, pretty basic, and connect it to your Zoom. You don't gotta get any premium subscriptions for either of these. They're very quick. You take notes on everything they say, but you want to also record the call via Fathom. So make sure you set up Fathom prior to taking any of these calls. Double test it to make sure all the calls are being recorded because this is very relevant data. The call should be around 15 minutes to get all the data you needed. Could be more, could be less. This is the average time. I wouldn't try rushing it just because this is gonna be very crucial and important to the offer. Also, I wouldn't just sit on there and yap with them because we want to start making money ASAP. So only do calls on the same day or the next day and get these calls done as soon as possible so that you can start making money. There's no reason to take calls for free. Your time is very valuable. Questions. You need to identify their pain points, their current situation, and their desired situation, and figure out how they want the solutions to their gap. You want to dig into their brain. They're going to answer vaguely at first, but we got to keep asking why. That's our job to actually get to it. So this comes into sales sometimes too. This is not really a sales call, but this is framed as almost the same type of discovery you run on a sales call, but there's no price attached to it. So you want to get great answers to all these people. So obviously the rapport building questions, how are you? What motivated you on this call? Tell me a story about yourself. Where are you? How old are you? Just basic questions. Now you want to know their current situation. What do you do for work? How long you've been doing it for? What's the biggest thing holding you back from actually being a full-time brand owner? What even got you into doing brands? What led you into even being like, hey, I want to start a brand? What do you feel that led you into wanting to actually do this? These 3 questions I would definitely condense because it's basically the same thing, but it's just different ways to deliver it. What have been your biggest struggles so far with obviously scaling your clothing brand, right? And making it full-time? What's preventing you from actually accomplishing these goals on your own? We're going to get great answers from this. And now what are their goals? Where do they want to be in the next 3 months. Why is it important for them to achieve? What are their main goals in life? Why are these goals important to them? This is all going to come down in the messaging when it comes to the video sales letter, when it comes to the content. It's going to be super important. And now we want to propose a solution and offer. So, hey, we're thinking about creating an inner circle to help people just like you who are stuck at 1 to 2K a month with their brands or just starting out and who struggle with actually doing organic content and not spending money on ads because you don't have much spending power to achieve becoming a full-time brand owner, making 10K a month in the next 90 days. So if we did this with our inner circle, that would help you get to 10K a month so you could be a full-time brand owner in the next 90 days. Would that be something that you want to be a part of? So it sounds like a very no-brainer question. Why am I asking this? Obviously, he's going to say, of course. But we want to ask these no-brainer questions because we want them to admit it. At the end of the day, we want to collect their money too. We got them to have them admit that, hey, I need this thing. Yeah, I hop on this call with this person, told them exactly what I want, but I have to be serious about actually getting this for myself. We want to get them to admit it. All right, great. You want it? Amazing. Because we already know they're going to say yes. What could we add to this to even make it even more valuable for you? And now they're going to start trying to think of things. Sometimes they might not have things in their mind you may have to play around with in terms of going back and forth and be like, hey, what about this? What about this? What other programs have you joined? If anything like this, negative, positive experiences, this is going to be super, super crucial in case they've got burned in the past by another mentor. They didn't get results in the past, another mentor. They invested money. They didn't see results. This is all stuff we're going to have to handle in objection. This is going to be handled through the content, through VSL, through the sales team. They all have to be aware about this. Pricing. How much would you pay to get access to something like this that helps you reach that 10K a month and go full time with your brand in the next 90 days? How much would you actually pay something for like that? So they just built this entire product out by you asking them questions. Who knows what they're going to say, but it'll give you a good idea about what their budget is. What could we add to this to make it even more valuable where you pay 10 times the price to help you get access to this and also make that 10K a month with your brand ASAP? So again, they might not know. You have to play around with them and actually figure out what could make this thing more valuable, brainstorm and figure out something we like to do is problem dumps. Just have a problem dump of everything that a brand owner goes through and just have it on the side handy, and you can mention it to them when you're doing this. If you want some information on that, let me know in the comments or just DM me. Final, appreciate you, and since you took your time to do this call, if you really decided something you want to get one of the spots and join, would you want me to let you know when it's coming out? Obviously, they're going to say yes, right? There's no reason they're not going to say yes because they already admitted it earlier. So yeah, so we're actually going to give you early access when it comes out since you helped us out. So we really appreciate you, and I'll let you know right before we open spots so you can get one before we sell out. Wrap it up. Done. That's market research completed. So we took 20 of these calls to craft this offer. Back to the board. After doing market research with over 20 of the ICPs, we crafted 2 irresistible offers. Number 1, a high ticket one-on-one coaching for $2,000. No more $100, $2,000, and only 10 spots. Super scarce. And we also created a low ticket offer for $297. You get access to the community for 1 year. You get a one-on-one strategy call in a week after they implement some of the stuff. So then boom, we have an upsell opportunity, which I'll get into later as well. Upsells are super important. Most of the people that actually came into the D's Inner Circle after this launch were people who bought the low ticket product or the mid ticket product, liked the results that they were getting or liked what they were seeing inside the school, and then they wanted to upgrade. Definitely want to have a low ticket offer, and I'll go into why it's important later as well. So now the next phase, we want to nurture and open the spots for the waitlist. We're not just fully taking sales calls yet. We're gonna have to nurture the shit out of these people so that they actually want to buy this thing and actually think it's a reasonable thing to buy. We're now promoting the waitlist for our new irresistible offer. Even though they don't know what the offer is, we have an idea of what it is, and everybody knows it's gonna be one-on-one with D. Once we dial in our ICP and our 2 irresistible offers, it showed D exactly what content and sales assets to create in order to convert this ICP into the offer. Sales assets are literally emails, copywriting the emails, the VSLs, the content scripts, how you send out SMS, what you're saying in the DMs, post booking videos. All this stuff is going to literally be tied into who this ICP is, what the offer is. So all of it needs to be aligned. All of it needs to be congruent so that this person is just constantly reminded of what their pain is currently, what their goal is throughout the entire process. We want them to know, like, and trust D as much as possible. So we posted content like his results, case studies, and testimonials. Before we work with D, he didn't really document all this stuff. One of the ideas we had is go find some of his biggest results. Let's go hop on a call with them and do interviews. One of the people was actually very close to D in person. He was able to make an in-person video with him. Again, trust is at an all-time low when it comes to especially selling info products. People think you guys are gurus. People think you guys are just trying to take their money. You need to prove to them like you're real, what you do is real, and the results you get are real. That's why we need to do testimonial videos. And that video itself, the one he recorded, which I'll get into later again, it just got so much social proof in that people were just like, this is no brainer. If it's working for him, why the hell wouldn't it work for me? Next, we did a 2-week launch, 14 days of promotion to remind the ICP of the release date for this irresistible offer. So we created a flywheel to nurture them. We also replaced all of the lead magnet links, like I mentioned earlier, with this new waitlist links. And again, promoted for 17 days. The bios, the comments, the DMs, the stories, the descriptions, all that stuff changed. And you're asking what's a content flywheel? I'll cover it again, but self-reinforcing content loop. Once you get an email list, you want to send them YouTube videos. Once you get people watching IG Reels, you want to post stories so they go to your YouTube videos. And I'll go into why this is important in a little bit as well. But here's the waitlist page. Mind the D's Inner Circle Mentorship is opening on November 29th. Join the waitlist to get early access and $1,000 discount. We didn't say that by mistake. We said $1,000 discount because we want to pre-frame the offer. What this means is $1,000 discount messaging that psychologically prepares the audience that the offer is high ticket without actually revealing the exact price. So these people know, what the fuck, $1,000 offer? What the hell, how much does this cost? Right? So the people who are joining this waitlist have this in mind. And again, it creates anticipation. Now, Google 7-11-4 rule. So this is a marketing guideline based on research that suggests how many touch points, how many locations, and how many hours are needed to convert your ICP into a paying customer. Based on Google and all the research done, 7 hours of content, YouTube videos, consuming lead magnets, Instagram and TikTok clips. Obviously, Instagram and TikTok clips are no more than maybe 2-3 minutes long. Maybe most of them are 30 seconds long. So you're barely chipping the ice here. So you want to direct people to your YouTube a lot. That's why I highly encourage any coach, please make YouTube videos if you want to make money. 11 interactions, comments, emails, content, stories, wherever they make interactions with you. Click a link here, swipe up here, DM keyword here, comment here, respond to this email. This is all touch points and interactions. 4 locations, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, email, SMS. We want to cover multiple grounds with these people so that you stay on top of mind. This is the flywheel that we need to create to make this thing happen. Number 1, content and stories. For content, we posted top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. Viral videos and value proof to nurture these people by the time the offer launches. We posted stories with either the wait list for people to join, or we posted literally links for his YouTube videos to nurture them. So here's some examples. Top of funnel content. How I helped P2 make 10K with his first clothing brand drop. Number 1, people that aren't aware that they could start one. You can see, oh damn, this guy made 10K on his drop. That's the first thing about it. But P2 as well. P2 is a prominent figure. Rest in peace, P2. He passed away recently, but he has 3.2 million YouTube subscribers. People knew him a lot, especially in D's audience. So this video itself made us a lot of money just because of the social proof it created for D. ATL glitch is making teens rich in 2025. Again, top of funnel content, getting people interested in the idea of what the hell's going on in ATL, what's so glitchy, what's making people money, especially teens. I'm a teen, I want to get involved. Top of funnel, we get them into our system and we get them into this flywheel. Now bottom of funnel, when they're already watching D. All right, how to start a successful clothing brand in 2025, right? So this is targeting brand owners. So people who are already following him or have gone through top of funnel are now interested in starting a brand are going to go through this video. 15 minutes of real clothing brand game, targeting clothing brand. How this 16-year-old made $40,000 with his clothing brand in 90 days. This is the interview that I was talking about that we made. Again, this video made us a lot of money because it's literally in person. The Instagram and TikTok content we posted were value packed and clipped from those YouTube videos. Also, he made his own shorts, talking head videos. We also added this into the comments for each video. Link in bio to get early access and $1,000 off my one-on-one inner circle mentorship opening on November 29th. Only 10 slots. So people are gonna go, boom, I need to get a spot right after watching a reel. And then boom, we posted stories all the time. We posted free value YouTube content. Thank y'all for the support. I really appreciate you guys. I got y'all with some free game. Build that reciprocity. Come to this YouTube video, or here's how I helped this kid make this money. These people are getting those 7 hours I was talking about, they're getting chipped off. The touch point I'm talking about is getting chipped off. The interaction I'm talking about is getting chipped off. The more that people go through this kind of stuff, the higher intent buyer they're going to become. We also promoted the waitlist. Months of work put into this for y'all. 10 spots open on Black Friday. Here, this is a video of him talking to Vic on the phone of how much did you make with your brand, and it's just like, again, building social proof. But we want to direct people to YouTube or the waitlist, and regardless, the waitlist is going to direct people to the YouTube again because of the emails that I go into next. Number 2, email marketing. We sent an email to the people on the lead magnet list. So that big lead magnet list we built with the SMS guide and the market research people, we basically send them a new email to opt into a new email sequence, which is going to nurture and remind the ICP of when we're opening spots. This is how you dial in the Google 7-11-4 rule. So email input. Email sequence is getting people nurtured with his YouTube videos and copywriting. We incentivize them to join the waitlist for early access and $1,000 off, and it creates that flywheel like we mentioned earlier. This is the email we sent out to people that aren't on the waitlist. This is the people that got the SMS guide and on market research. So what's good first name? I just released the waitlist for my Inner Circle mentorship on November 29th and 2 p.m. EST. This is where I'll be helping a few people scale past 10K a month with their brand. I've been working on this for the past few months, so I wanted to make sure when I release this, y'all can get the best results. This is going to take most of my time, and I want to make sure that everyone that gets inside hits their goal in less than a few months. And I decided I'll only be letting 10 people in. No matter if you're a complete beginner or got your first few sales, this is for anyone that wants to scale their brand. If you're interested, here's the link to sign up. Boom, send it out. And people opt in. And again, just keep in mind, these people have that reciprocity. We gave them a free call. We told them about early access. We gave them free lead magnets. So they're like, oh shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna get into this. And then this is the email we sent out the next day to people that opted in the first day, right? So what's good? It's basically a free value email. I can make another video on how I made this email using Claude, how we do copywriting, how we write emails, using the content creators' existing videos and material to make emails like this and sound like them. I made a free value email, told them 3 things they should worry about for their brands, right? Something they can implement right away, even before working with D. And then at the end, we reminded them obviously that we're opening spots, but then again, we took this opportunity to go direct them to YouTube, to direct them to a new video, again, chipping off that 7 hours. So by the time these 14 days pass of promoting, boom, they're gonna be more enticed to actually go and buy. And now the point of this entire phase is to remind and nurture his audience via the Google 7-11-4 rule of his launch date, and obviously the offer to have the highest likelihood of converting the ICP in his audience. We want to get these people going through all of his content, getting those 7 hours, getting those 11 touch points in 4 locations. Next, finally, it's time to make money and convert everybody on the wait list, open spots, and actually launch and go make some money. So there's 3 ways to book high quality sales calls after you do all this promoting: the VSL funnel, email marketing, appointment setter, and closer. So I'll cover all 3. But real quick, we did a 6-day launch to get as many people as possible to buy and fill in these spots. We replaced all the waitlist links with the new VSL links. So again, the bio, the comments, the DMs, the stories, the descriptions, all that stuff now is replaced. This as a VSL video sales letter. I'll cover a little bit more. If you want a video on how to make VSLs, how to copyright them, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll be happy to make a video. And this is the opening day email. November 29th hits, and everybody on the waitlist receives this email. What's good, first name? I remember the one-on-one mentorship I've been telling you about all week. It's finally here. It's time to take your brand to over 6 figures. Make sure you watch the full video before applying. So we want to make sure to watch that video and just don't rush through. This is the only time letting 10 people in. I'll probably never do this again. If you want to take full advantage of this, let's scale up your brand together. Hope you see you on the inside. Only taking 10 people. And again, we're directing them to the VSL. So let me cover those 3 steps for you guys. Step 1, the VSL high ticket funnel. Here's the first way you book high quality sales calls. They get here through either opening the link in Instagram, TikTok, the email we sent out, the SMS we sent them, to YouTube, wherever they're at. This is how they get there. The whole purpose of the VSL is to nurture the ICP. So we explain the offer in depth. We tie all the current situation of the ICPs into the offer, which exposes the gap between the current and desired situation. I know this sounds a little funky, but what I mean by this is D specifically, something we knew to include in his VSL is how he worked at Chick-fil-A, because so many people in his audience are working 9 to 5s. They're working at Home Depot, they're working at Walmart, they're working at Chick-fil-A, they're working at Wendy's. You have no idea how many people hop in these sales calls and were like, dude, when I saw D work at Chick-fil-A, it gave me so much inspiration because I'm in the same position he's in now. So people really resonated with that. D explains his personal story and getting into his dream situation, making 100K with his brand, which makes him appear as an authority from Chick-fil-A to becoming a full-time brand owner, and they get to know, like, and trust him. Most important, you need to have a unique mechanism that is explained as what is the solution to fill this gap. This makes your offer unique to the market. The how gives them hope for a new outcome. Ours is called the rich off close framework. You can call it anything you'd like, whatever you want to name it. Some people say XYZ blueprint, XYZ step-by-step guide, whatever the hell. It could be any kind of framework you want or any kind of mechanism name. And obviously we CTA at the end of the video to book a call. They go through an application first, and there's a couple questions. This is one of the last ones. Of course, it's the best thing, the investment. Qualifying questions. We have a new email sequences for people who qualify but didn't end up booking a call, and for people who do not qualify to get them to go back and buy the low ticket product. We CTA inside the emails to go back to the book a call package or the low ticket product. So let me show you the split. So if they qualify, boom, they go to the book a call page. They go to the screen, they go down, they book a call with our rep, and then after they book, they go straight to a post booking page. I highly recommend you adapt this and do it for yourself because it gets the person ready to be triaged. Our setters are gonna go call them right after they book. Even if they apply, we're gonna dial them regardless. So I'll get into that a little bit later, but confirm your call. Make sure you look out for that triage call. Watch this post booking video because now it explains to them how to show up to the call. What is the call about? What to be prepared with, and just getting them more prepared. And again, shipping on those 7 hours before they show up to that call as much as possible. If they don't qualify, we go to a low ticket product page with a brand new VSL explaining how they got there, what the product is, and a buy now option. They don't want to waste a sales call with someone who doesn't have the money. But if this person does wind up buying, we'll take a one-on-one call with them in a week so we can upsell them. And again, we have email sequences redirecting people back to these pages, which is again what my next step is. Email marketing. There are 3 email sequences happening at this point. Number 1, people on the waitlist who didn't apply. Number 2, people who qualified that did not book a call. And number 3, people who didn't qualify that to go to the downsell page. So these are running for the next 6 days. The spots open. People are still getting notified about the spots for the next 6 days. People go to the application. Now we know their budget. We're going to keep pushing them for the next 6 days. Come back to the book a call page. Come back to the downsell page if you haven't done any of these things yet. That's the number 2 way. Email marketing, which is directly tied to the funnel. Then we have team building and management. Appointment setter, responsible for dialing leads within 0 to 5 minutes of opting in and pre-qualifying them. So this goes for anyone who's currently on the wait list. We have all their information. Anyone who goes through an application, we have all their information. And anyone who actually goes to books a call, we want to triage them. So obviously top priority is inbound bookings. You want to triage those people as soon as possible, have speed to lead. Number 2 priority is people that go through the full application that didn't take action in terms of booking a call or buying a downsell. You want to call them as well as soon as possible. Number 3, calling everybody on the wait list. You want to call them in case they didn't watch the VSL, in case they forgot, in case they just some reason didn't go through any of that stuff. We want to remind them and go call them and book a call as soon as possible. Number 2, the closer, responsible for handling objections on the call and collecting payments on the call, and obviously running a great discovery, figuring out why this person is in the situation that they're currently in, what they need to do to get out of there. And this is going to basically get them over the edge to buy this product. DM setter, responsible for DMing leads, whether it's progressing conversation, providing free value, communicating with them, or even booking a sales call, right? So these 3 people are so essential because they literally work for your business. They're running everything with you having to do any fulfillment. You don't have to hop on any sales calls. You don't have to dial anybody. You don't have to text anybody. All you do as a coach is literally just do fulfillment and post content, which I'll go into a little bit later. But these 3 positions are super, super, super important. If you want a video of covering more about how we can recruit, hire, and train these reps to make sure that they perform for you, let me know in the comments or just DM me on Instagram. So after doing all these phases for D, here's the final results. So after implementing all these systems for him, we doubled his goal from making 10K a month consistently. In just 6 days, we made $20,000, and it's essentially working on autopilot for him now. He has email sequences running, he has SMS running, he has dialers calling for him, he has people taking sales calls. This is going on forever. Number one, we have an offer that prints money. $2,000 high ticket offer is how he's driving majority of the revenue while he's getting amazing results for his students, which happens on autopilot. Number two, a $297 downsell offer, which gives a ton of value to our ICPs who aren't able to afford a 2K offer, and it nurtures them into the upsell, into the higher ticket offer later on. Like I mentioned, so many people that buy this product come back and want to buy the higher ticket program because they got so much value from the low ticket program. And you want to over deliver for these people so that they just feel inclined to come back. Number two, a high converting content strategy. All of his content that he creates now is completely focused on attracting and nurturing his ICP to convert them into all of his offers. Number three, a high converting VSL funnel. His email sequences, content are in a consistent flywheel that nurtures ICP through a bunch of different touch points automatically by following the Google 7-11-4 rule. Now, D doesn't have to randomly just post content, randomly post YouTube videos. Now it's so strategic that when he posts a YouTube video, it's going to go into his email sequences, right? Even the new ones, or even if someone has a specific problem and we know and we have their application of what their biggest problem is, we can just keep feeding them emails with the YouTube video that literally solves their problem. Again, building that reciprocity, building that nurture, and making these people want to come back. Number four, a dialed-in sales system and operations. His VSL funnel converts high-quality prospects without him doing anything himself. It's a one-time video recording that basically tells the prospect everything they need to know before going and progressing in the funnel. A trained and dialed appointment setter that pre-qualifies his leads for him. A trained and dialed closer. A trained and dialed DM setter that's doing all the communication for him, progressing conversations, booking calls, nurturing leads, pointing them in the right direction when they have problems. Number six, time freedom and clarity. With systems and operations running this entire thing for him, he can now focus on the highest leverage things that make him grow and make him more money. Content and fulfillment. That's all he needs to worry about. Obviously, we love having D's insight on the business, which he always has at any time he wants, but his highest priority thing is posting content and getting fulfillment and getting results to increase that flywheel. He can focus on scaling his business, creating content, and serving his clients without juggling every aspect of the business for himself. Now he's not wearing 5 hats at once. 7, consistent profits and growth. New income personal record. He's no longer pushing out low ticket products that get no results, like $10, $20, $100 for a one-on-one call. He's collected over $20,000 in the first month of working with us, and now 2 months ever since we did this, we're already at $35K a month cash collected per month and $50,000 in revenue because we collect split pays. Cash collected for split pays, that's the revenue. And obviously we're scaling to even more bigger and better things. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a lot of gems from this. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me on Instagram at Manav_Shah5. Put a comment in there. I'll respond to your comments. If you want to see anything else that I covered in this video in depth, please let me know. I'll make the video. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. It's going to work one-on-one with me and actually have us help you scale your coaching business. I have an application down in the description. You can go fill it out, or you can just DM me on Instagram at Manav_Shah5. And sales reps, if you're a closer, if you're a setter, DM setter, please let me know. I'll have an application for you as well in the description. We need more sales reps. DM me on Instagram or fill out the application down below. Thank you for your time.